Yeah, what's going on, man? It's your boy Biggz. I'm here to just recap the situation. I was live tweeting and I dozed off. I came to, I retweeted some stuff. And as I record this at 4:36 a.m. to release this morning, I watched the entire main event from start to finish. Mind you, I've seen the start of it and I've seen parts of the beginning. But I watched it from start to finish. We gonna talk about it, y'all. This is the official recap. And we gonna recap this quick because I got some shit to say. Let's go.
Hey yo, the first time we went down to Grant Central, a couple of dollars was lost as well as my favorite pencil. Sauce packets in my left pocket. I can't believe that it's out right now. We should go watch it.
Let's do it.
That's your son, he needs to stop it. And why is he wearing so many watches?
Yeah, what's going on? This is the official recap of SmackDown Live presenting Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, TLC. First off, I can't even remember where the crowd is from. I'll just put the picture up real quick. This is where they did the event at. Listen, this crowd was so sus. It was unbelievable. It felt like a bad crowd. They popped for the main event. The tables match, let's just get into it. Let's start from the beginning. The first match of the evening was the Tag Team Championship, the Wyatts versus Heath Slater and Rhino. Now, I don't have a lot of pictures for y'all because, in all honesty, I thought the match would go longer because it was only 6 matches. I was wrong. The match went about 10 minutes, 10, 11 minutes. The Wyatts actually dominated the match. Rhino had a little spark towards the end of the match, but it all came down to the Wyatts having quote-unquote trust. Randy Orton moved Bray out of the way for a move, and then Luke Harper moved Randy Orton out of the way of a spear on the outside. Randy saves Bray. He hits Rhino with the RKO. And the funny thing was Bray was in the ring when this happened. And Randy Orton picked up the victory, and Bray has his first world championship. What I said on Twitter was that even when you win, you still lose. They didn't even allow Bray to get the pinfall to capture the titles, and it would be his first title reign. But the story of this match is not even that Heath and Rhino lost, because they're going to get a rematch either this week or the next week or two. They're going to get a rematch. The fact that Bray gave Luke his title, Randy gave Luke his title, so now the Freebird rule applies on SmackDown too. And I'm glad that's going to happen, because now we're going to have 3 people defending the tag titles, which is going to prolong this story. I feel like everything's going to culminate at WrestleMania with the big face turn for Randy, who still gets cheered. But I just love this dynamic with Randy, Bray, and Luke Harper. This is the Wyatt family at its core. Let's move on to the next match of the evening. Now, Nikki Bella versus Carmella, no DQ match. This was, just as I was explaining the Kalisto versus Baron Corbin match, this match, it picked up pace as the match went on. Nikki Bella got the win. In this match, I'm not going to hold y'all too much. They used kendo sticks, and, I feel like SmackDown turned them loose a little bit. But the main story out of this was that Carmella basically snitched on Tyson Kidd's wife. Said that she was the reason why Nikki didn't participate at Survivor Series. So let's big up Tyson Kidd's wife, Natalia, the Black Heart. You dig? Let's move on to the next match of the evening, which was the second title match of the evening. the ladder match. This match, just like the previous matches, I don't know why it was such a slow build-up, but I feel like they wanted to do something different with this ladder match, and they did. You know, they had the DDT by Ziggler on Miz. Miz came to fight. Miz came to show and prove, and I'm just going to be completely honest. I'm just going to give it up. Miz, I can't believe me saying this, but he's one of the greatest Intercontinental champions in history. It's not his early runs with the title, it's his last runs with the title. I would say the last 2 to 3 years. He's shown why he's been there for over a decade. He's shown why he's very marketable, and he's a hell of a competitor. I mean, him and Dolph Ziggler bring the best out of each other, and I'm glad this rivalry is over. It's time for somebody to step in to fight for that title. As far as Dolph Ziggler goes, I don't know where we go from here. They was on top of the ladders, 2 low blows, and Ziggler was done. Dolph is one of my favorite superstars. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. Forget that superstar moniker. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. And he deserves better, but in this case, I did get this match wrong. But I think in actuality, they did get it right. Miz is the heel champion. And from the looks of the roster, this is a heel roster with titles. Let's move on to the chairs match. Kalisto versus Baron Corbin. And I must say, they did not go 15 minutes, but they went about 12 to 13, 14 minute range. And it shows why they needed that time, because it was a slow match. You would think the match would have been over in 5 or 6, 7 minutes, but the more the match went on, the better it got, and the dead crowd picked up steam. Baron Corbin was going for headshots. There was a spot where Kalisto jumped off the middle rope, and Baron Corbin basically rammed the chair straight in his face. He did a deep six. I'll call it a super deep six, where Kalisto was charging him, jumped through the ropes. Baron Corbin caught him, spun him, and dropped him. Whoa. End of days on a stack of chairs. They had another spot where Kalisto did a sit-out senton onto Baron Corbin, onto 6 chairs. If y'all didn't look at this match, I suggest y'all just go back and look at the match. About 12, 13 minutes. It's not a waste of time. It was actually a good match. Let's move on to the women's match. I told y'all, she is the queen of SmackDown, bro. I've been talking about her for months. This is her time. I thought she would win the previous event, but they gave it to her at the right time. Alexa Bliss is the new women's champion. Shout out to Becky Lynch. They're going to put on a hell of a rematch. This crowd sucks so much, bro. They didn't appreciate wrestling, in my opinion. Like, just because you're there don't mean you appreciate the product that's presented in front of you. This was a good tables match. I love the dynamics between Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss. That's why I think their rematch is going to be just as good as this match. Their matches have been good, and their interaction has been great. So let's just move on to the main event. AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose. Bro. Dean Ambrose, I got to give it up to you, Dean. Like, Dean is, for everything that people say about Dean Ambrose, this guy he's a hard worker. He's willing to take chances, and he's willing to do what needs to be done to put on for the crowd and put on for the people watching through the lenses of the cameras. AJ Styles, as I keep telling y'all, is the best wrestler on the planet Earth right now. Nobody on SmackDown is better. Nobody on Raw is better. I'm just keeping it real. even in NXT with Shinsuke and Samoa Joe. I just feel like AJ is the total package of speed, agility, power, high flying, ground game. He's the total package, and this match has some great spots. Dean putting a ladder on top of a table and jumped off the ladder with a flying elbow onto AJ on the outside. But let's just get what happened. James Ellsworth. Dean said James Ellsworth was home. Obviously, through social media, I posted a picture of James Ellsworth with the neck brace, and I'm like, oh, James is going to get involved. Obviously, Ellsworth comes out, messes with AJ. AJ's about to take him out. Dean helps out James Ellsworth yet again, hits a dirty deeds on the steel steps, goes to the top, and then in true WWE form, yeah, I didn't listen. There you go. Dean goes flying off the top of the ladder through 2.5 tables because he damn near went through 3 tables. James Ellsworth turned heel tonight, helped AJ win. But the funny part is AJ looked a little confused. So the rivalry is moving over to Dean and James Ellsworth, and AJ moves on. And I'm moving on from this review. Thank y'all for joining us once again. Like, comment, subscribe. I got the week off, man, like I'm at work. Won't be live tweeting, won't be doing a recap. I'll be back after my birthday week. Shout out to my bro Chuck. Shout out to my bro Menace. We are the Smarts. InternetSmarks, man.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at InternetSmarks1 for all news, rumors, and updates for everything WWE, as well as live tweets for all WWE programming.